All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with John from Pro Craps over here. We're on Casino Gaming TV live every day doing this thing. So it's Thursday, which means, oh, hey, Rosie, the dogs are fed and I got to go pull the trash cans in. That's what Thursday means for me. Anyway, let's get after it here. If you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to give you the what's on tap here. But if you haven't seen it yet, Jacob had a great video today, and I want to talk about that here in a little bit. But what's on tap today? Let's see, what's going on here? Why is that? What is going on? That is, oh, that's, you know what? That's the wrong screen. There we go. That's the screen I want. Nope. Is that it? Yeah, I guess it is. Whatever. I guess my rhythm here is messed up. Today we got the paycheck recap, and today we're doing $50 a day again. It says here with hybrids and presses, we're going to do it what I call the build-up way. So we've done $50 a day. Now, sorry, third day of it. We've done so many different versions of how can I quickly make $50, right? And this is going to tie in perfectly with, if you haven't seen it yet, what Jacob did this morning. He released the video this morning. That's perfect for our discussion this week. So I'm glad that that's out there. Let's talk about that in a minute, though. So first things first, in the news, don't forget, I reminded you, change your damn passwords. If you haven't done it yet, change your passwords. And I'll tell you what, man, the hack on MGM. So this is so interesting. Sorry to diverge here, but I literally just taught this class, right? I taught a class in cybersecurity last weekend. That's why I was not available for most of you. And one of the things that we talk about in that class is what's called social engineering. Now, this is interesting, so pay attention. This is good for all of you, okay? Social engineering is a way that hackers get into your personal system, but also larger systems by hacking the person on a phone call. In other words, if I look at your social media, I can tell your birthday, I can tell where you live. Oftentimes I can tell what kind of furniture you have because I can see what's inside your house when you take your selfies. If you say, hey, look at me and my new furniture, right? Now I know where you bought your furniture. I can use that information to spoof your phone number and go and call the furniture company and get your address. Like that, you can do shit like that because when you make phone calls and pretend to be the person, people tend to give up the information because they want to be helpful. MGM, it looks like got hacked that same way where somebody faked being a hotel employee and they called in and said, oh my God, I lost my card. I can't get in the system. Can one of you, or on the phone, can you help me get into my account? Help me change my password so I can get back in to my account and log in for the day. Otherwise I'm going to get fired. That they pulled that kind of a scam. Person on the other side of the phone's like, sure, I'll give you a hand. And they gave him a new password. Now this hacker has access to the entire system, just like that. Isn't that crazy how that happens, right? This was not like some sophisticated, let's bash the network kind of attack. This was literally them calling and asking for information, pretending to be a person, right, that worked there, and they got in that way. But now they've got it all. Now they've got their passwords. So you guys have to change your passwords. And be careful with your social media stuff. Don't put personal information on your social media accounts. Just be super careful about it. Tell your kids that too. Kids and grandkids. I'll put it, actually, public service. I'll put two videos out there. I'll put them into the general discussion area of Discord that I think illustrate what a social engineering attack looks like live. So you can see what happens. This is exactly what happened to Caesars or to MGM. It's unbelievable that was in this day and age that happens, but people are the weakness, and that's what happened. Anyway, change your passwords. Watch Jackace. I said it yesterday, watch Jackace. The guy is killing it. Love him. Great content. He's a math dude. He's a programmer. We're like this, man. It's like he's like my brother from another mother when you look at the way he teaches and the things he cares about. So it's great. Wager, I said, is all the way back, baby, and he's good. Wager's great. I love me some Jacob. Jacob today released a video called, I forget what he called it. How do I build a strategy, or strategy building 101, or whatever it was. And he says a lot of the same things that I say. He just says it in a Jacob way versus a John way, which is fine because it's all good information. How do you build a strategy, right? And what Jacob is talking about is literally like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, like I talk about. Get out of that hand early. He talks about the hand length. How long does it take speed-wise to get out of a hand? If it's more than 2 hits to get out of a hand, this strategy is too slow, right? Some of these, 4 hits and out kind of thing is too much to get out of the gate. The 4 hits and out that I do and you'll see one today, for Philly Special or for the tier pressure, they're great strategies after you're in profit. They are not strategies to get you off that table. You've got to be playing for free fast. That was the primary point of Jacob's video today, was get out quick and play on, he calls it casino money. Some might call it house money. The better way is just to say, it's just not money you brought. Like he says it perfectly. Don't play out of your rack. Like play out of your rack to get that point and get your shit back in your rack. Keep your rack the way it was when you got there at all costs. That's what I'm always saying. Like the minute it comes from my rack to the table, I'm behind. I look at like I'm already down for the day. If I put anything from my rack on the table, I'm down. I make every effort to make shooter number one, I come out of the rack and I get that money back and I'm playing on winnings from that point forward. I try never to go back into my rack again. I want to play on winnings all the time. That's what he's talking about, right? The speed of your hand. And then what is the goal of the strategy afterwards? Again, we're saying a lot of the same things. He says it in such a good way. You got to watch it. Go watch Jacob. I can't imagine you aren't subscribed to him, but get on his stuff and watch him. I'm really trying to get Jacob. I got to pin him down because it's me. I'm so damn busy anymore. I got to get pinned down with him and get him on our network here. I want to get him doing some live shows with me because I think he adds so much experience and knowledge, and just has a good way about him. He's the kind of person that we need part of us. So there it is. I want Jacob, the earth to Jacob. Let's get you on here, man. What else is going on? Saturday, we might have 2 live shows that are fun. Tomorrow, Friday Follies, it depends on how today goes. I got a lot of crap to do today. Depending how today goes, I may have an in-studio guest tomorrow. Somebody, I'm not going to say who. Somebody's here early for the Pacific Northwest meetup, and that person may, or people, or 3 people, or 4 people may be here tomorrow morning. We will see. May come here and do some live stuff with us tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow, Friday Follies might just be Friday goof off session with a couple of live people. We'll see about that. Not sure yet, but for sure Saturday we'll do a live thing on Saturday. Now I did talk to Joe from Craft Master Journey. He's got a live thing scheduled for Saturday too. He's going to do a live, I think at 9 o'clock Pacific time. He's doing like an interview with Coach Joe, somebody that they met in Chicagoland. So I'm going to try and not do our live the same time he does, but we're all coming here to my house to practice for Tulalip. We're going to go up there about noon. So sometime on Friday, or Saturday, we're going to do a live play thing. So I'm not sure when it's going to be, but it'll be happening Saturday sometime. We'll try not to conflict with Joe if I can at all help it. So that's what's happening here. Let's do another quick review of the daily paycheck that we're playing the Molly and the Johnny. Yesterday, I did an aggressive versus passive side-by-side comparison. There was a point in time where the aggressive player was, oh my gosh, stop it. Where the aggressive player was ahead. Get out. Quit it. Go on. Go out there and play. Go. Hold on, guys. Go. Get out here. There you go. Go play out there. Sorry, I didn't latch my door, so the dogs decided to come on in and fight in here. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I played the aggressive and the passive guy kind of side by side. The aggressive guy basically went into the field as he was coming out every time. And the thinking was it's going to catch some of the field losers, which there weren't a lot of field losers yesterday. But more importantly, we would catch the 4, 9, and 10 as points and start with, pre-funk odds. It didn't work out as well as I'd hoped it would. The regular player won. It took 76 rolls to win yesterday. So Jacob's like, hey, get out of your hand and get out of your rack in 2 rolls. Yesterday, it was 76 rolls before I showed a freaking profit. It was unbelievable. Like, it was such a grind yesterday. The Molly does work. Okay, let's get it straight. It does work. It does not work out of the gate. This is not a way to go out to the casino, drop some money out there, take 2 hits, and play in profit. It just doesn't work that way. Right? It's a grinder strategy. It just is. You're not going to lose your whole bankroll quickly. You're not going to win a paycheck quickly. There are some home runs built into it if you have max odds out there, but boy, oh boy, it's hard. You think about like the numbers that I tell you all the time. We know that when you look at my rolls, 35% of the time ish, right around there, you don't even get two box hits, right? And I think we should look at this again. I'm going to go pull this up. I'm sorry to do, I know I wasn't planning on doing this today, but I'm going to pull it up so you can see it anyway. Let me go here. that's the schedule for today. But when we look at like, let's do the session logger. Let's do not session logger. I want to do actually it's over here. Give me a second here. Is it the paycheck? No. Hold on, I got to find the right one. DI rolls. Here it is. Here's the paycheck. Okay, so here's the daily paycheck stuff. So let's look. I think this is the one, right? This is, 2,300 rolls, right? Our SOR is 865, which is pretty damn good. Like 9, right? That's pretty good. The BSR, box numbers per 7 or box numbers per roll is about 5.7. I'm actually doing pretty good in the box numbers per 7 ratio. But here's the deal, right? We look at the actual like important stats, the most important stats here, box numbers per shooter. This is the one, we zoom in. This is the stat that I care most about because when you're playing right side, as a right side player, when you're playing right side, the number of box numbers you get on average per shooter is the most important thing because that's where your bets are, okay? Look at my numbers here, right? About 37% of the time, I get 0 or 1 box numbers to roll, 0 or 1. So that means 64% of the time, I get 2. Which is why we always say your strategy should score within 2 hits, at worst 2 hits, because this is the point where you start making money in these 2 hits right here. This is where you want to be, right? If you're not getting your money back in 2 hits, not 2 rolls, 2 hits, you're dead in the water, okay? That's why all the $50 strategies we've been showing, most of them are 2 or 3 hits at most to get your money back because it's nightmarishly hard to have this happen. 1 or 0 box hits. You might have a set a point, right? 2 craps numbers, a 6, and you're out, right? It's a 4 roller and you're here and you made no money on it. That's crappy outcome, but that's life. You got to plan for that. Now the Molly, at its best, at the very, very best case scenario for a 3-point Molly, okay, is this. Let's undo that. Is you set the number, and then you hit the number right away, right? So that your best case scenario is you set a point and you hit a point. You get the 1 box hit, okay? But still, 20% of the time, right here, 20% of the time, you will die. You're gonna be dead in the water, D-E-A-D, dead in the water on the Molly. 20% of the time, you're not gonna get even 1 box hit, let alone the box hit that you need to make the pass line pay, right? You're already behind the 8 ball. 20%, you're not gonna get anything. And of the 80%, how many of those are the one that you needed? The Molly needs, generally speaking, 4 hits. Set a number, hit a number, set a number, hit a number to get profit. If you're going to get all 3 to hit, in a perfect scenario, it's set, hit it, set it, hit it, set it, hit it. You need 6 box numbers to roll, 6 to get the full payment of a Molly for all 3 bets to resolve for you. Now, yes, there's an advantage in the come. We know this, right? But that's a flat bet advantage. It's not your big number. Your big hit is with the odds up there. You need a minimum of 6 box numbers before a 7 for a Molly to fully pay off. You're down in here. This is where that looks like. You need to be here, and it's got to be the right 6 hits for it to work out. Let's add it up. 20 plus 16 is 36%, 49%, 55%, 61%, 71% of the time, 71% of the time, you will not get your 6 box hits. 71%, you are below 6 as an average shooter, which I am. That's real numbers, folks. That's almost 2,500 rolls logged. And I showed you before, I am fully average, fully random. This is what you can expect from the table. 71% of the time, you will not get 6 hits in the Molly, which means 71% of the time, you're either going to tie or lose money in the Molly. That's reality. That's why this strategy, it works. I am 6 wins, but I do have 2 losses. And the 2 losses were just chasing our tail. Yesterday, it was a grind. Yesterday was a 76 roll grind. Yesterday was 76 freaking rolls to get 3 bets to pay in a sequence where it showed me a profit, right? So to all the math guys, I love you all. I do. I honestly do love the math guys. I think the math guys bring a sense of reality, a sense of truth to the game, and a little bit of grounding to the game. So we have to be aware of the math of the game. But if you play in a game that's purely mathematical, okay, somebody said it in chat yesterday, the Molly turns craps into a slot machine that's basically got a 98.5% payout. When you're playing the Molly, you're at either a 1.5% vig, 1.5% edge, or a 0.5% edge. You're at a 98 to 99% payout. It's like a slot machine that pays out, but it always pays even. You're always here, right? You don't have a lot of the big of this. So anyway, there it is. There's and I'll play the Molly today with one player doing it max odds. We're gonna go one player balls out, one player regular today, just to see I want to add volatility to it. I think there's not enough volatility in this one to make a paycheck. It's too flat. It's too flat lined. I think my approach of being cautious with the early sevens and taking progressive odds, it's too cautious to make this thing work. You got to capitalize when you have a chance to. So I'm going to go ahead and increase volatility here. And next week for sure we're going to do it. Today I'm going to do it as my second player. So it's okay, but I'm not a fan of growing the odds slowly. I'm not a fan of growing the flat slowly, the way we did it at least. We got to figure out the right ratio and the right rhythm for that thing. We got to get out of here quicker. I cannot be here for 75 rolls. I just can't do it. I can't mentally do that. You all can't watch that. It's horrible. And everybody's like, God, F the Molly. The Molly's terrible, right? And it is kind of terrible in terms of paycheck play. It's good here, but it's not good to get the growth. It just isn't. We might do next week, by the way, a little Dice Doctor version of it. He's got a different way of playing the Molly that we'll talk about next week. It's going to make JR very, very happy. We'll do some dice doctoring next week. So that's going to be one of the tweaks that I make. But there's my recap of the Molly. So far, it's just a big old whatever. All right, let's move ahead. Let's start playing for $50 again. And again, I keep saying I want us to learn how to make $50, right? Quick ways to earn $50 paychecks. Super, super quick, super, super easy. Again, 2 rolls ideally or less to get the hell out of the hand. All right. We've been doing all sorts of options, right? We did higher bets that we regressed down. We did a little bit of drawdown, which I think is a great way to do it. 2 drawdowns and you're out. We did pressing and pulling back, a little bit of press and regress that works really good. Those strategies work great when you have a target in mind. I want to get to 64 across. Let me start at 110. Let me press up. Let me come back down to 64. I got my money back and my profit. That's a great phase 1/phase 2 style. Okay. Today, we're going to work on building it up. We're going to build it up front and never regress. This point here today is going to be to build up your bets, basically staying there and restarting for the next shooter. It's going to be how many ways can I get to $50 quick? We're going to start with 110 inside permanent press style. And this is the one I want to work on first. I reversed my order today because Jacob brought this up and I want to do a little compare and contrast with what his points were and how this thing works to combat some of those points, okay? Let's go to the table. Let's see. I'm going to switch to this view here. I'm going to keep that up on the screen. Turn the light on. Hold on one second. The dogs are freaking out. Hey. Stop it. Relax. Relax. No. Down. Hey, relax. There you go. Good boy. All right. Woo, there we go. And at it out there, which is good for them to go at it because they're dogs. Is what dogs do, but not when I can hear them. All right, here we go. Let's do the 110 inside. Let's do this. And here's Jacob's point from this morning is this. We talk about strategy speed, right? 110 inside. If you're going to be a same better, right, to get out of this hand, it takes how many hits? And again, it's as if your goal is to get out of the hand. It takes 4 hits. Why 4 hits? Well, if you're going to same bet it, here's 3 hits. And Jacob, I'm going to prove your math out. There's $35, right? 3 hits is $75, $105. You're still not out of the hand. If you same bet it 3 times, you ain't out of the hand. And again, this is saying that your goal is to stay at 110 and keep playing on casino money. If that's your goal, it takes not 3, but 4 hits to get you out, okay? If your goal is to do something different, like, for example, play at 64 across, then you're looking at 2 hits because there's 35, there's 70, so there's 50, there's your 64 across with a tiny bit of change. And this initial bet comes down, and like we said, now you're playing with your money back in your rack, some profit in the rack, and you're playing with money that you won. Safety. It's beautiful. 2 hits and out on a 110 inside to go to something different as a transitional play, that's beautiful. But if you want to stay at 110, now you have to work a little bit harder. A little bit harder. Let's go back out at 110. Let me get my chips right here. We'll back out at 110, and let's look at what it looks like to stay here and increase the power of the bets. Okay, let's increase the power of the bets. Let's take the first hit, and I'll do it like this. We'll do it $35, and I'll pay it $35 that way. Let's take 22 of it and press it up. Now, you could even do this, and I may even be so bold as to go 42 on the 6 and 8. So they pay 50 for one, okay? Take the whole thing and press it out there and leave the 5 and 9 where they are, okay? If you catch a 5 or 9 here, it's $42. There's $42, okay? If you take right now and go back to 110 after the second hit, how close did we get to our goal? There's $50. There's 60, there's 70, 75, $76 in the rack. Okay, $76, there's 75, $76. 2 hits to 76. You could still come 64 across now with extra money. You can go to 66 inside, you can go 76 inside. Take this down, right? Go to 76 inside, or you can say, guess what, bitches? I just won $75 and I'm done. 2 hits to $75 and I'm bye-bye, like I'm out of here. And I'm still at my 110, right? That's an okay way to look at this. And we say $50 is the goal. If $50 is your goal, you're done, right? It's bets are off. Bets are off. I won my $75 and I'm out of here. Let's let you guys just do your thing, right? Let the table do what it's going to do. I'll wait for the next shooter, and I'll do that again, and I'll do that again, and I'll do that again. There's no law that says you have to keep playing every roll, every shooter, every day, every hour. You don't got to do it. You can take your $75 and freaking be done. Totally legit to do that, right? So when you're doing this style of play, we're going to do it again for a couple of hits. I'm going to do this. I'm going to roll it out, and we're going to monitor our bankroll. We're going to monitor the table here while we're doing this. I'm going to roll it here. Just trust me on the rolls. 110 inside. We'll do a little bit of a permanent press kind of a thing, and we might take 2. We might take 3. Let's see where we go. Let's do it with 2 hits. Let's get 2 inside hits if we can get them and out. Okay, here's what I showed you before. How many times you get 0 box numbers? Well, there's a time where we got 0 box numbers. Now we're down 110. Let's do it again. Let's do another one. We should keep track during the day. How many times I get 1, 2, or 3 box numbers? There's a 6 for the point. Let's stay in the roll this time. There's a 6. Hey, this is the situation that Jacob pointed out today too, which I hate. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. We hit the point. I love an outside point. There's nothing worse when you're playing inside and you hit the frickin' point and the puck's off, right? You got a box number, cool, right? We got our first box number, and now we gotta wait again. We gotta let another box number come, right? Which gets you, more and more rolls into the hand without getting paid. This will be 2 out of 3 rolls we're not gonna get paid on, which is ass. I hate that. All right, there's the 20, there's 30, there's 35. Let's do the same press. Right, we got $12 on the 6 and 8. Make them look like 42. Okay, those will pay 42. Those will pay 50. There's a buck in the rack to get that $50. Okay, now we're gonna waste the roll. Maybe more than one roll. There's a 7, 5, 2, 7. We're off though. There is a 10. Okay, 6, 4, 10. So here we are. We had the 6. We had the 6, which is a box number. Wasted roll to get here. Now we're looking for our second box number, but we're on roll what? We had a 6, a 6, a 7, and a 10. We're on roll 5 of this hand. We've had one payment in 5 rolls. Isn't that brutal? God, the right side. Right side can be a soul crusher. Hey, look at that. There's a 7, right? Here's that case where we got 1 box number for this shooter and got nothing out of it, And go back to 110. Look at that. So we've seen 0 and we've seen 1, just like I showed you in that chart before this show started. I showed you exactly this, right? 0 or 1 is a real thing. That's twice we've lost 110. God, this is hard, right? How are we going to make 50 bucks now? Because we're recovering 220 in loss. 1, 2, 3. 4, 1, 5. Okay, there's a 5. And again, trust me on the rolls. I'm not going to bullshit you here. I know you can't see them, but I wanted to have the table be bigger on the screen. All right, there's, again, same exact scenario, but we hit the 5. It's the exact same thing. We buckshot the point. Now we got to suck tailpipe here and watch a couple rolls go by. Let's go again. 10. We'll go to 42 there. All right. And we have our $1 change. Again, now we have $2 in the rack because we are awesome. We're down 220. Wasting a roll to get a point. Well, there's another 7. Still wasting rolls. There's another, it's a 9. Okay. Boom. Again, 5 didn't get paid. The 5 we got paid. The 9 we didn't get paid. 3 box numbers, 1 payment. God, hitting the point sucks. Unless you're a Molly guy. Hitting that point is bullshit. Here, we did it again. Look at that. We got the 639 again. All right, so the 9 pays. I had too many on that. It's $42. 25, 40, $42. Okay. Permanent press says this. Let's go one more hit. We're gonna press it once, which we just did. Press it twice, and we're gonna go to 3 hits. We're gonna try, what does 3 hits do to us? We know what 2 hits does, right? 2 hits if I come back down. And again, I'll put these bets back up in a minute. But 2 hits, whoops, I intermixed my reds and my greens. 2 hits is 25, 75 bucks. We know that. We have 75 bucks in the rack because we pressed a little bit. We got paid 42 instead of 35 on that second 9. That's your $7 difference. All right. Let's leave the bets up though. Let's go back up here. I'm going to put them back where they were just for a second. There's 42. There's 30. And here's our there's our $42 payment that we just got. Okay. Let's do the same thing. Let's take this money and hammer the inside one more time. Okay. What I've got here is 42 bucks. I can take 44 and put it all out there one time. And this third hit, let's see what the third hit does. This is gonna be like, again, wicked aggressive. I know. Wicked aggressive. Here we go. 2 here, 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there, and 4 and 4. That makes 40 bucks on the 5 and 9 to pay 56. This makes 54 on the 6 and 8 to pay 63. Okay. There we go. Now the puck is off because we buckshotted that stupid point, and here we are again. Gotta watch a roll go by. We're not gonna get paid on. There's the 10 money shot. Can we get a money shot here? Midnight. No, we're gonna have to wait another one. This is what Jacob said too, right? You get these horn numbers while you're waiting for your box. What has our rolls been so far? 5, 5, 9, 9, 10, 12. We're like, if you subscribe to the theory that the 7 is due, the 7 is freaking due right now. I don't believe that, but that's what's happening, right? There's a 10. Boom, nothing on the end. Let's roll 7. This is a monster roll, right? Roll 8. There's the 5. So we get the 5. Don't get paid on it. We got the 5 twice and the 9 once, not getting paid. We rolled them, didn't get paid. Horrible, right? There's the 9. Yay for us. We got the 9, 56 bucks. So 3 hits. It took us 9 rolls to get 3 box hits. Now I want you to realize that. 5, 5, 9, 9. The 7 on the come out, we don't care about that. The 10, because we buckshotted that 10. 5 for the point. We finally rolled a 9. 3 box hits, 3 payments. It took us 9 freaking rolls to get there. Can you imagine? Think about what you just heard. 9 rolls to get to 3 box hits. That's why people say the right side is broken, right? It's kind of broken. Let's go back. Let's go back to 110. Okay, 110 across, or 110 inside. Did we earn our 110 back? We did. There's almost. There's 50. There's 100. There's 10. That's almost a quarter. Okay, there's 110. There's 24 bucks. So 3 hits, to $24 in profit, your money back, and playing at 110. If playing at 110 still is your goal, right? If your goal was to stay at this level and keep going, there's a way to earn a quarter and be safe. 3 box hits, 9 rolls to 3 box. That's not normal, right? That's not gonna always happen. 9 rolls to 3 box hits. That's why this is very hard to do. In this situation, what did we do? We only cleared one of our losses, right? We basically cleared out a loss. If you look at it that way, I can take this money in the rack, I can pull 10 bucks and 10 bucks. We're still down $100, right? If I take this down, our loss is recovered. What we have in our bank right now is our loss fully recovered. We have $24 sitting in the rack, and we got to start over again. You're bankroll neutral with $24 caught up, and you can start the whole process again. The recovery plan has got to be that. You got to be thinking about that as far as your recovery. That's brutal, right? But I think the permanent press is a good way to get out quick if you can catch those hits. Let's do it one more time. Just as another quick visual. 110 inside. We're going to permanent press it. Again, every roll, full press, collect on number 3. All right, there's a 4. Let's stay off of the buckshot. Oh my God, we did it again. We did it again. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, love right side play. Bam. 110 in losses, just like that. Boy, this is going to be, are we going to make any money today? Probably not. There's a 10. Another box hit. There's an 8. Sweet. Let's do it. You know the press now, right? 5 and 5 there. 12 and 12 here. With the buck coming home. Can we do it? We got a 6. Hey, 50 for 1. 50 for 1. I love it. Let's take it as reds. 50 bucks. We're going to do 44 press. With another $1 change. Here we go. All right, that's 2 hits. We're going to go to 54. Let me color those reds up for you. That's 2. Looking for the money shot now, right? There's a 5. We got the money shot. 56 bucks. 55, $56. And again, when we pull it back to 110, where we started this whole process, we can pay off our debts. Right? There's $110. We can pay off our debt. We got $20 in profit or whatever the hell that is, and we're back playing again. So we did okay. We got our debts covered. We got a little bit of money back. Instead of having the 110 back in our rack and profit, we're just barely eking in profit, and you're basically back in the game again with your own money from the rack. Tough way to do it, but I would rather do that. I would rather press and get out and take the shot of that than sitting here for 4 hits and trying to make 4 hits make me even. Because 4 hits only get you even. Here, 3 hits get you a profit if you can survive it. And that's, I think, the question for you, right? Let's pretend that it worked, right? If you're playing this thing, and we know this already, if you're going to take 3 same bets, you're going to be down $5. 3 same bets. Go to your rack. You got 105 in the rack. We know this. 105 in the rack. You're down $5. We know that if we press, collect, we're going to have 110, and $24 profit. 1 less hit, and you're doubling the effort. That's why pressing works. It's also why it's broken, because if you catch a 7 on roll 2, let's say you get a hit for 35 bucks, and then the 7 comes, you're out the 110, but really what you're out is 75, whatever that is, 65 bucks, right? You're out a little less than 110 because you got some money in your rack. So your risk goes down if you're same bet, but your reward goes up if you press and get out on roll 3. Press and out, your money comes back to the rack, your money stays out here, and you got 20 bucks in profit. I'd rather see you do that than just bleed in here. So that's an option to make 50 bucks, an option. The simpler option here too, by the way, if we do this, let's just do it one more time. And we'll take just the $50 off. We'll take just the 50. There's a 2, 1, 3, who cares? Here's a 7, who cares? Here's an 8. Okay, there's an 8. Let's do a permanent press one time. 639. So again, $35. We'll do the same press. Okay. There we go. With our one change, let's get another inside hit. 11U. There's a 5. Yikes, 4. All right, $42. So there's the 42. There's your $50, right? 25, 42 on that 5. We come back down to 110. If you stop playing right now, like I said before, you stop playing right. It's one hit, 2 hits, 50, 75, $77. 2 hits and out. That's okay. And again, I would not necessarily recommend, but I'll put it out there. That's good profit. Turn your shit off and wait till the next shooter. And do that on 2 shooters in a row, and there's your daily paycheck. $1,000 buy-in, that's $150 and you're gone, right? That's, if you can pull that move off, you're okay. You saw we can recover by doing the 3 hits too. So there's 110 across. A look at that. And again, it ain't easy to get the hits you need, but if you can come from 4 hits to 3 hits, you can get out of there way quicker, right? 4 hits to 3 hits, if you're aggressive, you can get your money back in the rack, plus profit, plus be playing at the same level. 4 hits, same bet. All you do is barely get your money back, right? There's a big difference there. So you got to be kind of aware of that extra hit is hard to get, as you can see, and the reward for getting that extra 4th hit is not that great. So there's that. Let's look at one more way of playing, and this is gonna be the pineapple press. I love this one because, again, this one is a fun one. It does take 4 hits to get done, but we can reduce our risk. We can go 64 across, okay? Half the risk of the 110, which is kind of cool. Go 64 across. And here it's a 4-hit strategy. This is not the greatest, but you can do it in 3 hits. Let's roll it out. Let's roll it out. I'll show you as we go here. We're gonna press the 6 and 8, then the 5 and 9, then the 4 and 10, then a money shot, okay? You can pull out at any point in time. And I'll show you what it looks like to pull out at roll 3. There's our point of 8. Let's try and get our 3 hits. Come on. We'll make our evaluation. There's a 1, 2, 3, ace, deuce. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. There's an 8. Okay, well, there's that stupid buckshot again, right? $14, 10, $14. We'll take 2 back to the rack. We're gonna press both the 6 and the 8. It's $18. Puck is off. Here we go. Wasting that roll. Wasting a come out roll. There's a 4. That's hit 1. Hit number 2. We're gonna take 2 money shots here if I can get it. There's a 6. Awesome. $21. We press the 5 and the 9. Take a buck back. That's the 2nd hit. Let's call this one the money shot. And we'll look at where we are on this money shot, and then we'll look at where we are on the next money shot. Let me just survive the horn numbers and get a box number. 6. All right, that's actually the best one. We got a 516 that pays another $21. Now here, roll 3. Pressed in here, right? We got 2 hits on the pressed bets, which is great. Pressed out here, that was roll 2. Roll 3, we're here. Back to 64 across. I'll put these bets back in a minute. Back to 64 across, where do we get to? There's 25. There's 25. There's 3. That's $53 in 3 hits from 64 across. That was a lot easier than praying for 110 to hit 3 times, wasn't it? $50, easy squeezy. Now, you're not out of the hand. You got $53 in your rack. Actually, it's $56 in your rack, right? You got $56 in your rack. Turn it off and do it again. Pull it down and use the $56 to go 44 inside or something like that, and then you can get your money back. Or just keep repeating, just let this thing roll from that point forward and say, well, if we catch a 7 here, worst case scenario is we lose $9 or $8. That's your worst case scenario, right? That's a way to do the pineapple press. Now, if we let it go for a minute, let's put these numbers back. I'm gonna put these back to where they were. We'll take that $21 win that we just got. There's the $21 win that we just got off that 6. Press the 4 and 10, which is the real pineapple press. And your 4th hit is your money shot. And there's by the way, $5 in the rack. This is the real money. The way that Brian plays it, this is the money shot. 3 hits will get you your $50. The 4th hit, if we can catch a 4th hit, and we do catch a 4th hit, again, pressed, pressed, pressed. There's a 9. 20 pays 28. We'll actually do 30. I'll do 30 for 2. Out of the rack. And now, where are we? All right, there's $30 right there. If we pull it back to the 18, to the 12, back to 64, there's 25, there's 50, there's 64 that you started with, back in the rack. There's 20 in profit, and there's 64 across sitting there, right? 4 rolls, you're fully recovered with profit and still playing on winnings. You're playing on winnings. These winnings, 64 plus the 20, that's $84. That's nothing to sneeze about. From 64 across to $84 in 4 rolls. If you can catch 4 box hits, what a great way to get there. You saw the 3-roll money shot is $50 if you stop playing. The 4-roll money shot is $20 in profit, your money back, and you're still playing, right? Another good way to look at it. I think that's actually kind of an interesting way to play. It's fun. And when it happens, you get that huge, awesome high five moment, and it's great, right? But again, you got to be careful because that 7, she's a coming, okay? Now let's do a quick wedge, which is kind of orthogonal to what we've been talking about. But let's do a quick wedge. We'll do a 64 across wedge. I have the money already out there. And the wedge, as you know, is a pullback strategy. The wedge is designed to get you the hell out of the hand and to stop playing. Okay, let's work a wedge. Let's get a 4 as a point. Let's pray that we can get 3 rolls here. If we can do it, we'll be fine. There's a 6. The wedge works like this. You're going to take a same bet on the number that comes. $14 to the rack. 4 and 10 go bye-bye. They come back down. We're going to watch our rack. Right, I'm gonna make these color as they come. $30. Remember, we had $64 out there. We've already got 39 of it back. Okay, another hit. Now we got to get inside, right? There's a 4, which is the point. Let's catch an inside number. 9. Okay, there's a 9. There's no way this is gonna work, right? Of course, we get a 4 because we're off of it. There's a 9. All right, well, that's a buckshot. Cool, basically a buckshot. 9 pays, we'll do 15 for 1. 15 for 1. And we're gonna take the 9 and the 5 with us. That's a quarter, okay? There's 50, there's 60, there's my money back. 2 hits, money's back. I got a 6 and 8 sitting there with $3 in profit, okay? If I pull the 6 and 8 down right now, that's 5, 15, 25, 27 in profit in 2 rolls, in 2 hits, essentially. If we leave it out there, we've got 2 really good bets. You got the 2 best bets on the box with profit to make those things work. And if we get one to hit, there's a 5 for the point. We can get one of these things to work out for us here. And again, 3 box hits with very little targets. We got it. We got an 8. Again, we'll do 15 for 1. And we'll pull them down. There's 25. There is a nickel and whites. There's $41. Okay, $64 turns into your money back plus $41 in basically 3 box hits, right? That's not a bad way to do it. The wedge works better, I think, when you have a little more money out there. Okay, so if you went to something like, I don't know, 96 across, you can get a little bit different play on that because you get, let's go 96. Actually, I think 128 works better, but let's do 128. Let's do 128 because that'll be the kind of the same basic risk level that we had before. 128 is 4 units across, 4 red units across. Okay, 20, 20, 20, 24, 24. Let's pull it off again. If we can pull the wedge off again, let's start a new shooter here. You'll see what this version of it does. It's kind of the same thing. There's a 5. Let's pray we can get four rolls here. There's a freaking 7. All right, that's fine. 125. We'll put 128 in the loss pile. New point. New point's going to be still a 5. Okay, of course. There's a 6. All right, 426. So the wedge works. That's going to pay $28. 24 pays 28. The 4 and 10 come down to table minimum, not all the way down. I'm going to take the last session's profits away. So 25 and 20. We'll spread it all out so you can see it all as it comes back. So we still have a 4 and 10 that are in play. They aren't going to go bye-bye on us yet. There's a 426. Same thing, $28. We'll bring the 5 and 9 down to table minimum. I'm going to take a red because that's a quarter. If I do it, there's 75, 85, $96. We started out with 128. Okay, here we go. Third one should be the 1, but it's not. It's a 7. I'm going to roll it one more time. I want to get a number that's not a 7, just so you can see what would happen when it works. What we will call the loss. Wow, another one, $28. If we take this one here and bring the 6 and 8 now down to table minimum, 3 hits. Again, 3-hit strategy. Regress, regress, regress. We start with 128. There's 128. That's your starting bankroll. You're out here at 64 across, and you've got 20. These are both nickels, 25 bucks in profit. So again, 3 hits, your money's back, you're 25 in profit, and you're playing 64 across, okay? At any point in time, after the first one down, you saw we had 50 bucks in the rack, you can be done, right? That payment plus the pull down puts 50 bucks in your rack and you can stop playing right then and there. Remember, after 1 hit or 2 hits, when you're up a little bit higher and you're working your way backwards, you can stop playing at any time, okay? And I'll demonstrate that one more time. Let's simulate that first hit again. So I really want you to see this. This is so important to see. It's 4, again, 4 units per number. Sorry, my dealing hands are a little slow this morning. There's 4 hits. There's 4 units. Okay, everything's at 4 units, right? So the first one, what did we have last time? We had a 5. Were they all 6? It doesn't matter. $28, right, was the first one, $28. And bringing these 2 down. Your first one brings you $28 plus 20 because you did a drawdown. That's 45, 48. That's basically 50 bucks on that first one. You can kind of be done right there. You can be done right there. If you want to pull all this back to 64 across, you're going to be okay. You can go right now, right down, right? Take that first hit, bring everything back, and you're going to essentially be squared up. Not totally squared, but essentially squared. We're going to be at 75, 85, 90, 92 bucks out of the 128, right? So another hit and you're basically home. Or you can say, well, that's profit. Leave these be and start over again. I think you got to be thinking about where you are after each hit. When you're designing a strategy or a way of playing, I think knowing where you are after each hit is the way to go. And I think drawing down, that 2 hits, you might be out of this thing. And be aware of your goals. I think that's what Jacob said this morning. That's what I'm saying to you now. Be aware of your strategy's goal. What are you trying to do? You trying to win big? You trying to get out? You trying to show a tiny profit and roll? Like, what is your plan? And I think most of us suffer from not having a plan, and that's a big deal. So there it is. All right, let's get back over here. Let's see. We're gonna go there and turn that light off because it makes my head shine. We don't want to see a shiny head. That looks good. All right, well, I'm done. It is 8:54, perfect timing. My show timing is spot on, right? Let's move ahead. Let's go ahead and remind you what's happening today. Max got his last day of the D8 table today at 6 o'clock Pacific. Ken from Ken Knows Gambling, Paycheck or Bust, also at 6 o'clock Pacific. There's a little bit of a time hit there, but it is what it is, right? That's when Ken has his work. He's off of work, so that's what he's going to do. Big AZ at 7 o'clock for the Yahtzee Challenge premiere. Big AZ live Thursday with the Zoom stuff. Tomorrow morning, Craftsmaster Journey. And me, tomorrow, Friday morning, we're going to have some live stuff tomorrow with maybe some guests in the studio. And then Saturday morning, of course, the big practice session, filming session, and all that. Joe from Craftsmaster also has something happening on Saturday morning, interview with Coach Joe. So that's what's on tap for you rest of today and part into the weekend. Our weekend, as you know, we're doing our Pacific Northwest meetup. So I got like 25 people coming to Seattle to play craps with me and our locals. Jeremy from Color Up's coming, and other people. We'll do some live reporting. We're literally going to go drink whiskey at a bar with some fire pits, and I'll put the phone up. I'm not going to do like a newscast. We're just going to have some fun, let y'all meet some people. So there we go. That is the plan for the weekend. So I think that's all I got, guys. Let's check any other questions that I missed during the show. PCs. Looks like we got 2 thumbs downs today, which is great. Which means you loved me so much you hit the thumbs up button twice, and it makes it a thumbs down. So if you didn't mean to do that, give me that thumbs up. Actually doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't care. YouTube doesn't care either. As long as you're clicking a button while you're watching me, YouTube is happy, which is all good. Oh, Justice Jen, they're in Klamath Falls. There you go, on the way up. When Ian Olson and I picked up his craps table, we drove from Reno here, and we went over Klamath Pass. And we were in this rickety ass U-Haul truck, but man, that is such beautiful country out there. That area of Oregon is freaking awesome. So hope you love it. Leave the pups be. Yeah, the problem was it bleeds through the mic. I don't want you guys to hear that. So that's why I looked. And they're out there in the other room playing this behind a closed door for me. So, yeah, yesterday was awesome fight back, Jen. It was crazy. We were down all day and we fought back. I just wasn't going to give up, and we did it. But man, I just don't like that strategy as a walk up. There's goodness to it, but I just don't like it as a walk up. Roy says another strategy, playing the pass line with alternate with the DC each hit, which is cool, right? That's the crappy kind of cold table thing. There's another one he does where it's always a back and forth kind of thing. Those things work if you stay flat, number one. Keep the volatility low. They're great for comps because you're always got money out there. You're not going to get whacked. Most times you're not going to get destroyed when you're playing that kind of strategy. It's a grind though. That's going to be a 10, 15, 20, 30 roller grind to get your paycheck out of it. We have things, I do a thing called the border strategy, which is similar to that. The come ladder is similar to that. Horseman is like that, and his cold table. All 4 of those are kind of variations of the same thing. All of those things require a perfect rhythm. Like, set a point so your don't pass is good, get a comeback going, get a DC set, 7 out, you win 2, you lose 1. That's the rhythm you want. Sometimes you start getting picked and it hurts a little bit. I did the Southern Border one time and just picked every number. It is what it is, right? These things, all strategies suck. At the end of the day, all the strategies lose because the dice do not care what you're betting on. They will find your holes, man, and that's the way it is. All right, guys, I am 100% out of here. It is 9 o'clock. I got to roll. Literally going to go upstairs and play some Daily Paycheck with you. So, yeah, I'll see you guys later. By the way, there's no Friday fights tonight. Or Friday night fights tomorrow night. We're going to be at the casino here. So no live Friday night fight tomorrow. So, yeah, I think that's it. My final thoughts are, again, thank you. I should just make the screen say thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Guys are awesome. My final thoughts directed right at Jacob. Jacob, from waiting for this, I love you, brother. I'm going to give you a call next day or two here, and I want to find a way that you and I can do some kind of a live show here on CGTV. I don't know what it's going to be. If it's a strategy build, if it's a strategy review, if it's something, I'd love to get you one-on-one and do like a weekly thing with you. I think you add so much value to the community. Love to have you out here. So I'm calling you out, public peer pressure. Let's get together to do something. And hopefully y'all want to see something like that. And with that said, guys, I'm out of here. Hope the $50 series was good for you, as giving you some things to think about, ways to make 50 and stop playing. There's no shame in making $50 and stop playing and wait for the next shooter and make $50 again. There's no shame in that. You don't have to race to table max to make money in this game. You don't have to. It's fun to, but you don't have to. $50 and out, $50 and out, $50 and out, and I'm fucking out. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you in a little bit for Daily Paycheck. Bye.